The daily lives of emperors and their consorts in the imperial palace required the service of a large number of eunuchs and palace maids, making these servants an integral part of life in the Qing court. What was their life like? The number of eunuchs in the Qing dynasty varied across different periods, ranging from over 2,600 at its peak to around 1,500 at its lowest. To become a eunuch in the Qing court, one had to apprentice under a senior eunuch to learn the necessary skills. The Qing court had strict regulations for managing eunuchs, and those who violated palace rules faced severe punishments. Some eunuchs, unable to endure the abuse, resorted to fleeing or even suicide. Palace maids were selected annually, and once chosen, they primarily served the empress and consorts, attending to their daily needs. After entering the palace, these maids were not allowed to return home or see their parents, nor could their parents visit them in the palace. Their every word and action had to adhere strictly to palace etiquette. No laughing, no loud talking. They endured immense suffering, with some being beaten to death and others driven to suicide by the relentless torment. In addition to eunuchs and maids, there were also female officials who served the consorts. These female officials, sometimes referred to as female eunuchs, are less commonly known. While most people associate eunuchs with men, the palace also had female eunuchs. Male eunuchs existed to prevent any impropriety involving the consorts, while female eunuchs were employed by the consorts to prevent palace maids from threatening their status. So, how were female eunuchs purified in ancient times? According to historical records, before the purification process, female eunuchs were required to drink a numbing concoction. Then, heavy objects were used to strike their abdomens until their uterus and ovaries detached, after which these organs were removed with hooks. This process rendered them infertile, and many women did not survive the brutal procedure. Among the Qing dynasty eunuchs, one of the most successful was Li Lianying. With his help, his sister also became a palace maid serving Empress Dowager Cixi, who was very fond of her. As a maid, her fate was relatively fortunate. In her late 20s, she married a distant nephew of Cixi, a high-ranking official in the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Having served Cixi for many years, the Empress Dowager was reluctant to let her go, but bestowed upon her a generous dowry before her marriage. This could be considered a relatively happy ending. Please follow me to learn more about China.